close your eyes right now.
Huh?
And try to walk across a room you've never been in before. You'll slow down. You'll reach your hands out. You'll feel the cold fear of not knowing what's in front of you. But a cat can do it. A cat walks through complete, total, absolute darkness without slowing down even once. You've probably assumed the whiskers are just decoration. Maybe you thought they were like antennas picking up radio signals from the universe. Maybe you never thought about them at all. But those 12 hairs on each side of a cat's face are one of the most sophisticated sensory systems ever produced by millions of years of evolution, and most people have no idea how they actually work. Here's the thing about darkness. It doesn't just take away your vision. It takes away your confidence. It takes away your speed. It makes you feel like a stranger in your own home. But for a cat in complete darkness, nothing changes. Not the speed, not the confidence, not the precision. Why? Because a cat isn't using its eyes at all. It's reading the air. Let's start at the root. A cat's whisker, technically called a vibrissa, is not like a regular hair. It sits in a follicle that's packed with blood vessels and nerve endings, roughly 3 times deeper than a normal hair follicle. Dr. Robin Hudson at the National Autonomous University of Mexico spent years studying how whisker follicles function in small mammals, and what she found was extraordinary. The base of each whisker is essentially a biological pressure gauge, so sensitive it can detect the displacement of air caused by a nearby object without the whisker ever making contact. Read that again. Without the whisker ever making contact. That means when a cat is walking toward a wall in the dark, it doesn't have to touch the wall. The air compressed between the whisker tip and the wall sends a signal backward through the follicle, into the nerve bundle, and directly to the brain. The cat knows the wall is there before it arrives. It adjusts its path. It never slows down. This is not instinct. This is not luck. This is physics turned into biology. Now, here's where it gets stranger. A cat's whiskers are almost exactly as wide as its body, not by coincidence. When a cat approaches a gap in a fence or a narrow doorway in total darkness, it fans its whiskers forward and outward. If the tips of the whiskers don't touch the sides of the opening, the body will fit. It's a real-time measurement system built directly into the face. Think about what that means for a moment. You have to look at a doorway to judge whether you'll fit. A cat doesn't even need to look at it. The whiskers do the calculation before the brain even needs to ask. A 2018 study from the University of Sydney, led by behavioral neuroscientist Dr. Marta Borghi, confirmed that cats in near-zero light conditions navigate narrow corridors with near-perfect accuracy, while cats with trimmed whiskers showed dramatic drops in spatial performance. The whiskers weren't decorative, they were load-bearing. Remove them, and the whole navigation system buckles. But the whiskers don't just work in space, they work in time. As a cat moves forward, even the tiny turbulence created by its own movement gets read by the whiskers. If the air displacement changes, if there's suddenly a pocket of stillness where there shouldn't be, or a microcurrent that doesn't match the pattern of an open room, the whiskers flag it. The cat slows before it ever consciously registers why. You do something like this actually. You don't realize it. When you walk into a completely dark room, you hold your breath slightly. Your skin becomes more sensitive to temperature and airflow. You're doing a crude version of what a cat does constantly with its face. The difference is you have 2 hands and a terrified nervous system. The cat has 24 precision instruments arranged symmetrically on its cheeks. The whiskers also work in 3 dimensions. The ones on the upper part of the muzzle point forward and slightly outward. The ones just below them arc downward. The ones near the eyebrows, yes, cats have whisker-like hairs above their eyes too, curve upward. Each set reads a different plane of space simultaneously: forward, below, above, side. The cat builds a three-dimensional map of everything within about 12 inches of its face, in real time, in complete darkness. Dr. Eugene Morton of the Smithsonian Institution described the whisker system in small carnivores as a form of tactile spatial mapping. It's not vision, it's not hearing, it's something closer to echolocation, but without the sound. The cat is feeling the shape of the room before it enters it. Now consider what this means when a cat hunts. In near darkness, a cat stalking a mouse doesn't track it with its eyes alone. As it closes the final few inches of distance, vision becomes unreliable. The eyes can't focus that close. Cats are actually farsighted at very short distances. So what takes over? The whiskers fan forward, surrounding the prey. They read the vibrations of the mouse's movement. They feel the tiny air currents the mouse creates when it breathes. The killing bite, the precise, perfectly aimed bite to the back of the neck, is guided not by sight, but by whisker signal. This is why cats almost never miss that final strike, even in total darkness. The whiskers have already mapped the target. You're probably wondering if this means cats can see in the dark at all. They can, partially. Their eyes have a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, which bounces light back through the receptors a second time, nearly doubling sensitivity. But below a certain light threshold, that system fails. That's when the whiskers take over completely. There's one more thing about whiskers that almost nobody talks about. They communicate emotion. When a cat is relaxed, the whiskers hang loose and slightly to the side. When it's curious or alert, they fan forward. When it's threatened or in pain, they flatten tight against the face. The whiskers are not just sensors, they are also signals. Other cats read them. Humans could too if they knew what to look for. The next time you watch a cat walk through a dark hallway without hesitating, without reaching out, without slowing its pace by a single step, you'll know what you're actually seeing. You're watching a sensory system so precise that it can read the shape of a room from the pressure of the air. You're watching biology solve a problem that evolution took millions of years to refine. You're watching an animal that doesn't need to see the darkness, because it's already reading it. Close your eyes again. Feel how lost you are without your vision. And now you know exactly what separates you from the animal that walks through the same darkness like it's broad daylight. Not better eyes, not sharper instincts, but 24 whiskers that have already mapped every inch of the room before you've taken a single step.